Hi, everyone. So, I wanted to talk about how we can go deeper within our own selves to access that inner truth within the core self. So, the first thing to remember is that oftentimes we get caught up in what the mind tells us. And when we have these thoughts that are not based on our full truth, and we're not sure if they're truthful or not. They feel true. They've been told to us a million times. It always, feels like a punch in the gut. How do we know if it's true or not? And in order to access our truth, we have to know what we're looking for. So we have to understand that the mind, by its very nature, is going to be filtered through lenses of our belief systems, our conditioning, the programming, all of the messages that we've learned about ourselves when we were little, or we've learned by watching others, or we've noticed that they've been perpetuated in various experiences in our life. So we see these patterns. So it can feel really true. So when we look at what has just happened, it really does go back towards the mind, similar to a computer. It stores all kinds of memory. It processes data, it compares, it analyzes, it predicts, it draws memory, brings it forward, it, discerns. But the mind is not our truth. It's just one part of our being. Truth, our truth, is always going to be felt very deeply in our body as resonance. It will flow. No part of our body will disagree if it's truthful in its entirety for us. So if our mind tells us something and we're unsure, or we say, you know what, it feels true, but we notice that our throat closes, or we notice that our heart feels compressed, or we feel sick to our stomach, or we feel immobilized or tense. When our body communicates, responding to these messages that our brain tells us, our body is signaling to us that there's an underlying belief based on this information that it's telling us. There's an underlying belief that is inaccurate. It is not our truth. And that's how the mind and the body create these cycles. The mind tells us things, the body shows up in some kind of disconnect, contraction, pain, suffering, looping, more suffering. Our body's screaming, pay attention. You're believing something that's not true. And it makes sense why it feels so true, because when this information became ingrained in our bodies, in our minds, it became a filter. So as we're processing our world, our experiences, they're being processed through this filter from a long time ago and reinforced many, many, many times through all these experiences where the filter skewed the reality and perpetuated the very experience of I'm not enough. Really, that's the umbrella is I'm not enough. And then it looks like, I'm not good at this, or I'm not really included there, or, I'm only good at these things and somehow all of these mean something derogatory towards myself. So we get caught up in these narratives, and then this inner critic just goes with it, not because it wants to punish us, not because our mind is bad. It's just giving us all it can. That's how it's been programmed. Our computer, in a great analogy, we need to look at upgrading the system by, looking at it and debugging it. Oh, wow, I can see where that showed up in my life and this and that. So we get in there and we can start to see how it all played out that way. And it's a game changer, because now we are seeing ourselves and our experience through a much wider lens. And there's more truth. It flows, it resonates. And our bodies are intelligently designed to communicate truth to us. I hope that helps. You will always be strong in your bodies. It will always flow. It will always be coherent if it's true for you. And if not, it will signal some form of disconnect, of contraction, block, pain, you name it. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I hope this serves you in some way.